Around the world, right? With Tuscany for the great pizza. Now let's go directly to France. These are from France. They're not French style. They're not just a fancy French name. These are Authentic Gourmet. Classic French butter croissants. And you are getting 18 of them. They're delicious. They're light. They're flaky. There's how many layers in a croissant?
66.
66 layers, Jennifer Kovich.
Yes.
They're fantastic. Great to have you here.
Good to be here. Thank you.
You know what I like about I love the size of these as well.
This is that perfect classic size.
This is the Goldilocks size for me.
This is
because you guys have the gargantuan ones too, right?
We do, and we have the minis. But I agree with you. This is that Goldilocks size.
So $44 and change. Under $45, it's 3 easy payments of $14.99. Take us through someone who's never heard of them before.
Okay, well, Authentic Gourmet, first and foremost, is an elite patisserie in Europe that supplies to so many luxurious 5-star resorts and hotels that maybe you've been fortunate enough to go to. But what I also love is that they supply to us here at QVC only. Then we deliver directly to your door from France. We are using a century-old recipe. These are all handmade, 66 layers of sweet, just incredible whisper thin puff pastry.
Shot. That's the shot.
And then that incredible butter. Now, we source our butter from Brittany, France. If you've ever been fortunate enough to go to France, then you know that is where you go for the freshest dairy in all of France. 66 layers of puff pastry means 66 layers of that incredible French butter. Now, this is what's really special about these is you become your own patisserie. You bake these fresh every single time. So they do arrive frozen, very minimal, very thin. So you don't have to worry about how much real estate it's going to take up in your freezer.
Right.
This is how they arrive. Even have, you know what, I correct myself, 67 layers because we've pre-glazed it with that butter as well. But you give 20 to 22 minutes in your oven at 350. Do not thaw these. Don't even think about it. When you want to just have one, cook it from frozen whenever you're ready for, and this is how they blossom, I like to say.
And they are fresh.
Yes.
And they're hot. And they're flaky, so the butter will melt in them, and the jam will kind of ooze and melt in them. This is your individual treat just for you. Nobody else. No, you can share them with a friend. But this is so wonderful and incredibly versatile. Like, I'm seeing what you're doing. You're getting decadent. And I think maybe the first kind of flavor profile someone might think of might be sweet.
Yes.
And that's chocolates, and that's homemade whipped cream, and that's strawberries. And that looks pretty doggone great.
Yes,
200 already ordered. Wow, that looks pretty great. But I also want to balance that with, and that's hard to just discount there. That's to cover the magazine. But down below that, Jennifer Kovich, is this. Now it's savory.
That's
so now
what
it's
I love.
eggs and bacon and some sharp cheddar, and they become the ultimate breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, totally. And in fact, Rick, I prefer them savory. I prefer them either on their own with a chicken salad sandwich, make your breakfast sandwiches.
Now, this I've never seen before. Corky's pulled pork.
Oh, my God.
So Memphis meets Paris.
Yes. Or if you guys, can you imagine? I heard you talking earlier with the
Paris, Tennessee.
Heartland chicken.
Where are we going? We're going to Paris, Tennessee.
Paris, Tennessee.
I'm sure, Jimmy would have no problem with that.
No, he'd have no problem with that whatsoever. You know, you could even have these as a dinner roll if you want to. Oh my gosh, what about baking these? Basting them with a little bit of olive oil. Put some fresh garlic and a little Parmesan and some basil on there. Make your own crusty garlic bread. It would be so good.
And of course, they have to go on the croissant charcuterie board, right? Because everything has to go on the charcuterie board, and you will have and love, so it's entertaining. Is there a proper way, if you just grab them and have one, to eat them?
No.
You pull them apart,
you pull them apart, you pull the tip, and then you keep working your way through.
I see.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Even beginners.
Even beginners.
It's okay.
You just pull. And layer by layer, you just pull.
You just, come on.
Look at that.
Come on, Chelsea.
They're so good.
You know what you get?
I told Chelsea, I'm like, you have to try these.
I was so excited.
You get the subtlety of the butter.
Yes. Yes, it's not over the top. Hi, honey.
Bonjour. Hi. I'm so happy to see you.
It's light.
Can I have one?
Flavorful.
Right.
Look at
Do you
this.
notice how Rick's voice just gets a little
Suddenly,
softer?
I've never been calm before in 30 years.
It just took those buttery, flaky layers.
It does.
That's the secret.
Yes.
We're going to keep feeding you just
We're gonna
croissants.
We should come up with a candle.
We're gonna whisper.
A croissant candle that smells like butter and croissant, and like when you start to get a little hyper, we'll put it out.
We'll be like,
That's actually a good idea. A slackened croissant candle.
There you go. Right?
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
So delicious, buttery, flaky, crispy, then chewy on the inside. I love croissants.
Would you do it as a savory, or would you do it as a sweet?
Well,
And am I being creepy by?
it's so
pushing it
weird
right
to
now.
have you be this calm. I feel like now I've got
Now
to
I
like
can't focus.
jazz it up a little bit. You know, okay, so for breakfast, this is what I do.
Okay.
Nutella.
Oh my gosh.
Then you have that perfect
Yes.
pan au chocolat. I'm so bad at French. I'm bad at the languages, guys.
That's
but I would
okay.
do Nutella, and then for lunch, you said chicken salad.
Yes.
I love chicken salad with
Chicken
grapes
salad,
and pecans.
yes.
Yum.
Wait,
yum,
how
yum.
about some of this? How about some of this though?
That jelly is the bomb.
So
Put some
here's
of
the
that
thing
on there.
too, is if you want to use these for sandwiches, this is what we recommend. If it takes about 22 minutes to bake, allow it to rest that same amount of time. And then that way you just take your favorite kitchen shears
Wow.
and then you cut them down the side, and look at this. You get all of these incredible layers, every single one. And then it just is a complete envelope for whatever you want to put in between.
18 of them. Brought to you in M96043. Delicious. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend for you and the
Yes,
kids and
thank
the
you
family.
so much. Good to see
Very
you.
good. I've got an hour of exercise next hour with the Legger side. Today's special value, and then Rich Ruckerman 5. So stay tuned. Does your hubby golf?
He does not.
Yeah, well, he's going to learn how to golf at 5 o'clock.
Okay, well,
Stay
perfect.
tuned. At home dining right now.
Ooh, it's time. We are bringing you the most